I'm the oldest in the family. Mum and Dad during that time were quite ill. So my dad had arthritis, like from the head to his feet. So he had to stay away from work for a bit. And me being in high school and just having a look at what was happening in our family, I kind of made the decision to leave my education life and really follow through and supporting and helping my family, because my mum had to stay back and look after my dad during that time. So at the age of 14, I decided to leave school and make my way to get my first job. I remember me like literally praying and asking God to help me out. 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, I had a friend, a cousin, who's pretty much working at a law firm called Chapman Tripp, and hooked me up, and I started working there at the age of 14 or 15. I was at Chapman Tripp for a good 6 years, and being in Chapman Tripp was a huge learning curve for me, because he's a Pacific Island kid that just come from off the street, didn't have a good education background, and just coming in there, not too sure what to do, not too sure what to say. But during that time, I was in a position where I had to leave Chapman Tripp and try to get a job over at the district court. And, thank God I got the job. But on my first day at the job, my supervisor at the time said to me, okay, your trainee, or the person's going to train you, is going to help you out and all that sort of stuff. And I just said, oh yeah, cool, I'm happy with that. But then she said to me, at this place, we refer to her as Princess Tills. So I just went with my head down, and then as soon as that door opened and she came in, I just looked up like that and I saw her face. I was like, holy smack. Like, I didn't act that way, but inside of me, I was like, wow, this is awesome. And then from then on, honestly, the rest was history. We just became boyfriends and girlfriends and best friends, and now we're married.
I was a deputy court registrar, both Peter and I, and I worked more in the youth court. Peter was more in the criminal and family court. So it was there that we pretty much saw, okay, there was a big need in the community, because most of the cases that we were working with were from our own communities.
Our life when we were working was awesome. Like, we were never short of anything. We had food, we had cars, we had a house, and we were very materialistic people, to be honest, especially me. Like, I wanted to make sure I had the latest gears.
Both of our fathers have passed away. We were really close to them, and that was a wake-up for us to know that our time here is very temporary and short. We can leave any time. So what is it that we can offer to others while we're here? We left our full-time jobs, secure jobs, and we decided to step out on faith and just came into the community with no plans at all.
And I remember a pastor was talking about, he was talking about a sermon like, what would you do if God did take everything away from you? Would you carry on worshiping him? Or will you just chuck in the towel and just leave and go live the worldly life? And I remember him talking about that. And to me, I was like, that will never happen to me. God has got me where he wants me right now. And the day that we left, the day we left work, and we went through the whole process of starting our ministry, that came back to me, and God just said to me that, will you carry on worshiping me? I just said yes. Our first day of reaching out was like, what do we do? We're looking at each other, we were like, let's go buy some sausages and
do a barbecue.
And that's how we started. We just came over here before all this was built, and just had music and a barbecue and just playing touch with the kids. And it started off 5 kids, ended up to be 100. And now we've got about 500 kids that we're working with in our community and families, which is really awesome.
Global Lighthouse was more a name that God has given us for this program to be a beacon of hope in the community. And it was for us to really reach out to the unwanted and the unloved.
Seeing this massive calling that God has given us, and that is just to empower and to give back to our community, and at the same time to receive Jesus, their Lord Savior. That's the whole mission. And we go around and do all these programs, but at the end of the day, that's the goal for me and Tilly, and that's the goal that God has in our heart, is that He wants these people to be saved.